So how can sound escape when even light itself cannot escape? What you're actually listening to are vibrations. You've got to hang on to that object to get those data. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are only two examples of how crucial space probes are to our comprehension of the universe. These probes are supplying us with data on the furthest reaches of our solar system in real time, even though we may not have the opportunity to directly investigate them for many years. However, some odd data that the Voyager 1 probe is returning from deep space has NASA engineers stumped. What are the weird messages coming from deep space that Voyager 1 is sending? Is there a reason to be alarmed or not? Join us as we explore how Voyager 1 was touched by an unknown force in deep space. For nearly 45 years, the Voyager missions have played a crucial role in space research, giving some of the very first and most important looks into the real state of our solar system. The Voyager twin spacecraft from NASA have turned into time capsules for their generation. They have an 8-track tape recorder for data storage and about 3 million times less memory than modern cell phones. They also transmit data at a rate that is about 38,000 times slower than a 5G internet connection. The pioneers of space explorer operations are still the Voyagers. Our sun and its planets sail through the galactic ocean known as interstellar space, which has never been investigated by any other probes. To acquire a fuller picture of our solar system and the interactions between the heliosphere and interstellar space, scientists are fusing data from early missions with observations made by the Voyager spacecraft. No other spacecraft has been able to revolutionize our understanding of the sun and its influence like these have. Every Voyager spacecraft acts as an ambassador for humanity, carrying a golden record with music recordings, greetings in a variety of languages, images of everyday life on Earth, and diagrams of basic scientific principles for anyone who might come into contact with the spacecraft. The record's gold coating serves as a cosmic message in a bottle. At the rate that gold corrodes and decays in space, the data will remain intact for more than 1 billion years. Experts have been astounded by the strength and direction of the interstellar magnetic field. The new information has even sparked discussion concerning the shape and activity of the heliosphere, the sun's magnetic domain. The heliosphere, long thought to resemble a comet, may really be more spherical than previously believed. And does it get bigger and smaller as sunspots appear and disappear, or does it stay mostly the same? In this investigation, the spacecraft has offered some tantalizing clues. Astronomers believe the interstellar medium begins when the solar wind, which is the flow of charged particles coming from the sun, comes to an end. This plasma, or ionized gas, presses against the cooler, denser interstellar plasma flowing around it, acting like a pebble in a stream. Similar to how the top of the Earth's troposphere is referred to as the tropopause, the heliosphere and heliopause refer to the hollow cut out by the sun. The heliopause's distance from Earth was a mystery to us when the spacecraft was launched. Considering that Jupiter is just 5 times further from the sun than Earth, some have suggested that the heliopause could be located there. Estimates of the distance to the heliopause increased as the spacecraft accelerated further outward. There is no doubt that it wasn't Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune. No one was aware of the precise location or time of Voyager's entry into interstellar space. Voyager noticed signs of the heliopause not long after it encountered Neptune in July 1992. The two Voyagers began to detect powerful radio signals at frequencies between 2 and 3 kHz. Some scientists think these radio waves are linked to 6 large solar flares that took place more than a year before they were discovered. The plasma that was ejected during the flares eventually found its way to the heliopause, where it caused electrons to oscillate and emit radio waves, according to the researchers' results. Despite being so weak as to be mistaken for a clean vacuum on Earth, the local interstellar medium is far denser than the outer heliosphere. The distance of the heliopause from the sun was also determined by knowing the estimated speed of the outward solar material and the time it took for it to reach the boundary. The average distance between the sun and Earth is 1 astronomical unit, and this distance ranges from 116 to 177 astronomical units. On August 25, 2012, at a distance of 121.6 astronomical units, Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause.
Sunspots, or stay
There were a
relatively
few obvious
stable.
indicators that Voyager
The
1 had gone
spacecraft
through
has
the
provided some
heliopause.
exciting
High-energy
clues
solar
in this
wind
area.
particles started to evaporate,
Astronomers
which was
believe
probably
the
a
interstellar
sign that the
medium
rest of the
begins
solar
where the
wind
solar
had
wind,
also
a
been left
stream of
behind.
charged particles from the sun,
In addition,
stops.
cosmic rays from
This
beyond the
plasma,
solar system,
or ionized
which are partially
gas,
obstructed by the
interacts with the
heliosphere,
cooler, denser
intensified
interstellar
following
plasma
Voyager's
around it,
passage.
like a pebble in a stream.
However, Many
The
researchers were
exact
unconvinced
location
by
of the
this evidence
boundary,
alone.
called the heliopause,
There
was
were two
unknown
distinct
when the
problems.
Voyagers were launched.
First, Voyager
Early on,
1's plasma
some thought it
instrument
might
had
be as close
malfunctioned,
as Jupiter, but
preventing
as
it
the
from capturing the
spacecraft
dramatic
traveled
rise
farther,
in particle
estimates
density
of the
that happened when it
heliopause's
left the
distance grew.
heliosphere.
By August
And
2012,
reached into stellar
Voyager 1
space.
had crossed the heliopause
Second,
at a
a
distance
different
of
direction for the magnetic field to point
121.6
toward beyond the
astronomical
heliosphere was
units, AU,
predicted,
from the
but
Sun.
this did not materialize.
After this
The
crossing,
coincidence of the magnetic
scientists
fields
noticed the
inside
solar
and
wind
outside the
particles
heliosphere
diminished,
has not yet
indicating
been
that the
adequately
spacecraft
explained.
had likely exited the heliosphere.
The Sun played a role in Voyager's
Cosmic rays
success.
from outside our solar
Early in
system
2012,
also
solar
increased,
storms
a
started
sign
to
that
erupt,
Voyager 1 had
and the
entered
following
interstellar
year,
space.
they shocked the plasma that Voyager
However,
1
there
was
were some
traversing.
uncertainties. The
As a
plasma
result,
instrument on
the
Voyager
plasma's
1 had
electrons began to
malfunctioned, and the
oscillate,
predicted
which in
change
turn
the
led to the
magnetic
radio
field
waves
did
that
not
the
occur.
spacecraft was able to detect.
This left some researchers
These radio wave
unconvinced that
frequencies
Voyager 1 had
indicated that
truly left
Voyager
the
had
solar
entered
bubble.
a much denser area.
Interestingly, solar storms in 2012
2018,
played a role in verifying
Voyager
Voyager 1's
2
position.
made its heliopause
The
crossing on
storms
November
caused the
5th.
surrounding plasma to vibrate,
This time there were
and
no
Voyager
questions
1
raised by the
detected these
passage.
radio waves,
The
confirming
spacecraft's
its
plasma
presence
instrument was in
interstellar
use
space.
and able to
In
monitor the increasing
2018,
particle
Voyager
density
2
brought on
followed
by
suit,
protons,
crossing the heliopause
electrons,
on
and other
November
charged
5th.
particles colliding with it.
This time, the plasma
It also
instrument
noted the
was
temperature,
functional,
which
and
was
there was
between
no doubt that
30,000
Voyager
and
2 had
50,000
entered interstellar
Kelvin,
space.
much greater than that
The
of the
two
neighboring
spacecraft are
interstellar
now
medium.
further from Earth than any
The
other
plasma was
man-made
probably
objects.
compressed when it entered the
They
heliosphere,
continue to gather data, but their power is
which is why
diminishing
this
as the
happened.
plutonium power
Similar
in
to
them
Voyager
decays.
1, the probe saw
Despite
the solar
this,
wind
NASA
diminish
has managed
and
to
the
keep
amount
them
of
operational
extrasolar
by
cosmic
shutting
rays
down
rise.
some systems,
However, the
including
magnetic
heaters
field
that
did not
protect the
reverse
instrument
course,
from the
once
extreme
more proving
cold of
that the
space.
outcome from 6 years earlier was not an
Remarkably,
exception.
even without heaters,
The
some
relatively
instruments
close
have continued
distances
to
suggest
function,
that the heliopause
baffling
is
NASA
stronger than
researchers.
previously thought.
Voyager 1,
Voyagers 1
one
and
of the
2
two
are still
legendary
traveling away
spacecraft
from the
launched by
heliosphere.
NASA in
Whatever its
1977,
precise shape may
recently
be.
experienced a glitch in
Since
its
the
attitude
spacecraft signals
articulation
travel
and
at the speed
control
of light,
system
it takes more than
ACS,
22
a crucial
hours for
system
them to
that
reach
ensures
us.
its antenna remains pointed toward
When Pioneer
Earth to
10 finally
transmit
goes
data.
silent in late
The issue
2023,
resulted in Voyager,
Voyager
1
2 will
sending
have
back
traveled
garbled telemetry
129
data, causing
astronomical
concern
units
among
and will
NASA
overtake it
engineers.
to become the second farthest
After some
spacecraft ever.
investigation, the team
The two
discovered
Voyagers
that the
are traveling in
spacecraft had
opposing
mistakenly
directions and are
started
further
using
from
a computer
Earth
that
than
had
any
been
other
inactive for many
spacecraft.
years, leading to the
Scientists said
transmission
that
of
Voyager
incorrect
1 had
information.
captured a humming sound connected to
Fortunately,
waves detected
NASA
in minute
engineers
quantities
were
of
able
gas
to resolve
located
the
in the
issue by
almost empty
commanding the
region between
spacecraft to
stars.
switch back to its functioning computer.
The Voyagers lose power
This
as the
quick fix
plutonium
restored the
decays and
proper data
produces less heat.
transmission, and Voyager 1
To make up for
resumed
this,
its mission
NASA
without
reported that
any
the team
long-term
disabled all
damage.
systems, including several
Although the
that were first
malfunction
thought to
didn't
be
affect the
vital.
overall trajectory
Among
or
these are
operation
heaters
of the
that protect still
spacecraft,
working
it
instruments from
highlighted
the
the
bitter
aging
cold of
nature of
space.
the technology aboard
The
both
space
Voyager
agency
1
said that
and its
all
twin,
5 of the
Voyager
devices
2.
whose heaters have been off since
These probes are
2019
more
are
than
still
4
functioning.
decades old, and their
How the
systems,
Voyagers can continue
designed
to
in the
function in temperatures
1970s,
much
are far
lower
less
than
advanced
what they were
today's
designed for
spacecraft
continues to baffle
technology.
NASA researchers.
The incident has prompted renewed
The
discussions
attitude,
about the
articulation,
future
and
of
control
space
system
exploration
AIS of the
and the need
probe
to
also
develop a new
experienced a
generation
malfunction
of
the
deep
year
space
before.
probes to carry on
This
Voyager's
system
legacy
ensures
of
the probe's
interstellar
antennae are
exploration.
pointed toward Earth.
The longevity
Up until
of the
this
Voyager
moment,
missions
the
is a
probe's
testament to the
performance had been
robust
flawless,
engineering
with
behind
no
them,
known
but the
interference.
question of how much longer they will
Through an
continue to
onboard
function
computer
is
that had stopped
increasingly
working years
uncertain.
earlier, the
Both
confused probe
spacecraft
began
are powered by
transmitting incorrect
radioisotope
telemetry data,
thermoelectric
corrupting the
generators,
proper data in the
RTGs,
process.
which convert the,
The probe
heat
lost
produced
track
by
of
the
its location
radioactive
in
decay
orbit.
of plutonium-238
As a result,
into electricity.
Voyager's plight raises the
As the
question of whether or
plutonium
not
decays,
it is
the
time to
amount of
retire
energy
one of the
produced by the
agency's
RTGs
oldest and
decreases
farthest
each
traveling
year.
space probes.
This slow reduction in power
Even
means
though
that
NASA
over time,
specialists
Voyager
recently
systems
resolved
will
the
have to
issue
be
by
powered
instructing
down
the
to
system
conserve
to
energy,
revert to its
leaving
previous
fewer
computer.
instruments
The
operational.
government claims the error won't
In
affect
recent
the mission's
years,
long-term
NASA has already
viability.
been forced to shut off
Nonetheless,
non-essential systems,
several scientists have
including
already
heaters that
started
protect key
investigating the
instruments from
possibility
the
of
freezing
creating
temperatures
Voyager's
of space.
replacements. No one is certain
Amazingly,
how long
some
the two
instruments have
spacecraft will
continued
last,
to function
as they
even
must
in
remain
these
heated to
suboptimal
prevent the
conditions,
fuel that keeps their
defying
antennae pointed
expectations
toward
and
Earth from
showcasing
freezing.
the resilience of the spacecraft.
Plutonium is responsible for
However,
Voyager's heat
as the power
production, but
supply
as it
diminishes,
decays, it
it will
produces
eventually
progressively
become
less
impossible
energy
to keep
each
the
year.
probes warm enough
Thanks
for
for
their
watching
antennas to
another
remain
episode of
aligned with
Voyager.
Earth.
While you're still here,
Despite these
make sure to
challenges,
click the
as
video
long
on
as
your
the
screen
Voyagers
for
can
more
maintain
mind-blowing videos about
communication with
space.
Earth,